Thank you. It's a pleasure to be before you, and Mr. Mayor and council members. I want to thank you for this beautiful commemoration. I'm very proud to live in a city that so beautifully recognizes the Armenian Genocide and has the courage to speak out on this incredibly dark chapter in the history of mankind. Right now, as we meet halfway around the world, another brutal dictator is murdering his own people by the thousands. And as we speak, a courageous American diplomat is reporting back to the United States and reporting to the world of the atrocities being committed there. The dictator is Bashar Assad, and the diplomat is a humble man named Robert Ford. And his reports are in the best tradition of American diplomacy. And they harken back to the time when Henry Morgenthau was our ambassador to the Ottoman Empire. And he brought to the world's attention the horrors that were going on, the effort by the Ottomans to wipe out an entire people. The example of Henry Morgenthau and Robert Ford is one that should be a source of great pride for us and a source of great example, I would hope, to the State Department at the highest levels and to our President. We were deeply disappointed today that the President did not recognize the Armenian Genocide. We do ourselves no favors, we do Turkey no favors when we fail to speak plainly the truth about genocide. How can we have the moral authority to speak out in Syria when we are subject to the claim, yes, you will speak out about the murder of thousands of Syrians, but not the murder of millions of Armenians? That is not a principled position for us to take. Even as we worry about the Armenian community in Syria, the very survivors of that march into the desert, we must speak out about what happens there. Indeed, we have to speak out about human rights abuses and atrocities wherever they occur. And this is all the more true when it comes to genocide. We cannot pick and choose our genocides. We must recognize them. We must speak forcefully about them. As Elie Wiesel once said, the denial of genocide is the final chapter of genocide. And we are therefore in the final chapter of the Armenian Genocide. And when people ask, why should we care so much about something that happened so long ago? The genocide still goes on in this campaign of denial. It is still a very fresh injury, and we should care, because it undermines our authority to speak with conviction about what's happening today. And we owe it to the memory of those who were lost. So I thank you again, members of the city, and I thank the students for their beautiful presentation. In these young Armenian children, in their devotion to their language and their culture and the faith of their parents and grandparents and great-grandparents for generations, we see the success of the Armenian community and we see the failure of the Ottoman Empire. Their effort to wipe out a people was a terrible, tragic, but miserable failure. And the Armenian community, Phoenix Lake, has risen from the brink of destruction to be a source of great pride. And we know that those that were lost in the desert must look down on all that the Armenian community has accomplished with the most profound sense of pride. And we thank you again. Have a good evening.